Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a footpod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a footpod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a footpod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a footpod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since, and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Okay, good evening. Tina Beard is still unwell, and I've got a story to tell you about that. Well, not about Tina being unwell. What else have we got going on? Clive Finnemore is around. Amy Green can only stay until she's in a mile, and then she's got to take the kids to Brownies. Trev Wilson, hello to you. Okay, so we're off. I'm going to go very slowly because I'm not feeling very well. So, I hope you're all okay, but Tina's not well and I'm not well. And the reason being, yesterday, Victoria persuaded me to have a jab, a flu jab. And I didn't want the flu jab really, but I agreed to have it for the first time ever. So I had my flu jab yesterday. Felt fine yesterday evening, but this morning woke up feeling pretty rotten. So I've had a miserable feeling sorry for myself day, basically. So yeah, tonight I'm just going to go really slowly. Maybe get about 8 or 9 kilometres done in the hour. Paul Hayward is too early for Paul. He's just got in from work. Yeah, and the other reason I'm doing this race and it's early is because it's firework night, isn't it? So here in the UK, we have firework evening. You've all heard of Guy Fawkes, haven't you? So you're all in the States, and I imagine so anyway. I assume you've all heard of Guy Fawkes over in the States and in Europe. So in the UK we celebrate Guy Fawkes night. So that's tonight, and we are going to see the fireworks down on the seafront. So I'm quite happy to stay for a couple of kilometres at 8 kilometres an hour. Oh, no heart rate. Why is my heart rate not showing? That's no good. Let me see if I can get heart rate back. So I'm going to stop while we do this. Search. Come on, heart rate. Right, there we go. I think we're okay. I think we've got it now. Now I'm all on my own. Let me catch up the guy. I'll go up to 9 kilometres now to catch up to Clive. And then I'll settle back down at 8. John Fries is with us. John Walters is there. Capas, Amy Green, Farrington, Stuart Gofford is there. Hello to you all. Adam Coffer says Bluetooth bingo. Yep. Got it sorted though. Right, here's Clive just up ahead, so I'll get to Clive and then I'll slow down again. So I'm going to go at 8 kilometres an hour for 2k, and then we'll speed it up a bit after that, but not very much. So if you've got anything you want to ask, if you've got any questions, if you've got any stories for me, pop them in the chat there, because I'm going nice and slow, so I should be able to read all the chat messages and answer any questions that you've got. So as well as feeling sorry for Tina, you can feel sorry for me today. Oh, Jarrett is not feeling too good either. What's up with you then? Question mark. I ran the 5 in training yesterday, the workout number 5 yesterday. Okay, yes, it was a tough hour, but doable, definitely. I think so. I think that's what all these workouts are starting to look like, that they are tough but doable. Right, now I've got something to say about heart rate. Look how high my heart rate's going. So we've had a good few weeks, or a few sessions, of having my heart rate looking pretty good on my wrist. But last night and now immediately tonight, little spikes. That was a little spike up there, wasn't it? My heart rate is nowhere near. My heart rate's nowhere near 156 actually. 1.5. Look, that's not right at all. Right, I'm going to swap wrists then. Oh dear. Not good. Adam, I always miss your sarcasm. Right, let's see what heart rate we get now that I've got it on my right wrist. I must get my proper heart rate strap sorted out again. Clive's got a heart rate of 109, which is probably where mine should be, around about. That's very disappointing though, because for quite a few days now, I've had really good heart rate. Mind you, of course, I am not very well, so, but I still don't think it was that high. 138, that looks much more like it. If I'm not very well, I'm going to have raised heart rate, but it wasn't 156, 160. So that looks about right now. Probably. Yeah, Tina, exactly. Heart rate. The flu jab messing with my heart rate. Yes, absolutely. So Clive and John Fries are running with me. There we go, look, right down to 114 now. Adam Koffler says, hello everyone, hope you're well. He's going to come back and run with us regularly in the winter. Well, it's approaching winter now, Adam. It's not far off, we are in November. Outside, question mark. Outside, question mark. Never heard of it. Amy says it was freezing this morning. Yeah, it was quite cold. I did go out for a walk this morning and it was a little bit chilly. And it was quite cold running with the club last night. So I went running last night. Like I said, after my flu jab, I felt fine yesterday. So I went running with the club and we did some hill reps last night. But it was cold, but it wasn't cold enough to wear like multiple layers or anything. Tina's heart rate is 62, but she's just sitting on the sofa coughing. So 1 kilometre done, so we'll do another kilometre at this speed. Clive and John, are you happy to just speed up a bit? Like, let's go to 8.5. Let's go to 8.5 after this kilometre, yeah? And we'll do another 2 kilometres at 8.5. Tina coughing. Clive says, keep the noise down, Tina, I can hear you. Walter's first ever group run. Well, welcome aboard. Yeah, John Walters. I'm sure I've seen John Walters around somewhere before. Surely not John. Full stop. I know your name. From ages ago. Jarrett says, quick running tip, don't be like me and run in the same shoes for 1,000 miles. Right, Stuart Gofford says, it's not all about speed, Stephen. Where did I say about speed? Have I said something? Quite right. I am happy at this pace for the time being. Or is it Stephen Smith he's talking to? Oh dear. Jarrett ran 21 kilometres on Sunday in old running shoes. Amy says, feel better soon. Take care, Amy. Thanks for coming with us for a mile. See you soon. So Amy's done her mile. She's off. Got to take the kids to Brownies. However, there's also not much point in running this pace in carbon-plated shoes. This pace, not place. Paul Hayward says, is it getting cold in the garage, Clive? Jarrett says, I always thought fitting was a gimmick. It is a sales technique if you go to the wrong place. Retail stores generally do just want to sell you some shoes. But good fitting shoes are absolutely vital. Just have to go to the right place. Yes, it can be hit and miss sometimes with local shops. Some are absolutely awesome. Others are just about the sell. Right, Clive says it's nice and cold in the garage. It's nice and cool in here as well now that I've opened the door. What I do like about having this big computer in here, so not long ago, I'd say about 6 months ago, 8 months ago maybe, I built myself a new PC, and it's a big old beast. So it's got a massive power supply and a big old chunky graphics card in it. But the great thing about it is it generates a lot of heat. So in the winter, I just need to turn the computer on half an hour earlier, close the shed door, and when I come in, it's nice and warm in the shed, and it's all generated from the graphics card in the computer. Adam Koffler says the sweatshop were good for fitting advice. Yeah, we have a sweatshop in Brighton. Well, we used to. We used to have a sweatshop in Brighton. I'm not sure we do anymore, actually. Might have closed down. Oh, we were going to go quicker, weren't we? 2 kilometres in. Okay, let's do 1 more kilometre at this pace. People talking about Hokas. Yeah, Jared says Hokas are not for everyone. My 10-year-old son has just done a YouTube review of his Hoka speed goats. Oh, not Hola, Hoka. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, I still didn't get it right. Stuart Gofford says, how's the treadmill, Clive? You've replaced the Reebok, haven't you? He did that a while ago, I think, Stuart. Yeah, Clive's had his My Run for a little while now. Stephen Smith, yeah, he's got a techno gym, Stuart. Clive, do you think it gives you a more realistic run than your previous treadmill? Question mark. Jarrett Bowflex is a decent make. Paul Hayward says, I need to find somewhere where I can test out the My Run. Paul, where do you live? You can come here if you like and test it out here. Or you can go to Clive's place in Cornwall and test it out with Clive. I'm sure he'd be happy to give you a cup of tea. Victoria says, I love my Hoka Evos, speed goats. Adam Coffer says, why does running on the treadmill feel harder than outside? That is a very, very tough question to answer, Adam. Some people find it easier on a treadmill, and it generally is all to do with how good your treadmill is. So if you have a really, really good treadmill, actually it should probably feel around about the same indoors and outdoors. The problem you've got is that some cheaper treadmills, the motor isn't very good. Now that can lead to two different scenarios. The most common scenario is that the treadmill drags when you put your foot on it. So when you're running and you land your foot on the treadmill, the belt drags. So you're actually going to have to work a lot harder to get to the same speed, and it'll feel a lot harder. There are also environmental factors, like it's often a bit warmer indoors than it is outdoors. You've got no airflow, which is why fans are always helpful. But the other thing is that sometimes it can feel easier if you've got a treadmill that is not so good, because so for instance, the Noble Pro treadmill next to me, the motor isn't as good, but actually it feels easier to run on that treadmill because you'll set it at 10 kilometers an hour. Actually, you're only moving at about 9.5 kilometers an hour, but it tells you you're going at 10, and it feels easier. It's complicated, and I don't know the ins and outs of it all. But all I know from lots of testing on various different machines that I've had over the years and that I've used in gyms and at home, that's my conclusion. If you've got a really good treadmill, and that means just basically spending more than 2,000 or 3,000 quid, you will get a machine which you can match in terms of heart rate, in terms of the road feel underneath your feet. You will almost match what you do outside. Okay, Adam now says, oh, hang on a minute, I've got 4% incline on. Yeah, that will make it harder. Right, guys, should we go up to 8.5? 8.5. Guys, I'm just going to speed up to 8.5 kilometers per hour. So we're 3 kilometers in. Jarrett says, has anyone tried a slat treadmill? Yes, the Woodway treadmills are slat. Depends if you mean a powered treadmill like the Woodway, or a non-powered one. Woodway treadmills have slats. Yes, most of the non-powered treadmills are slatted. But there is a techno gym treadmill called the Skill Run. Which is also slatted. I could load the computer up and show you them, couldn't I? All a bit of fun. Let's do it. Let's do it just to waste some time away. Oh, hang on a minute. I need to turn camera angles off for this, or we'll have a nightmare. So if you look closely, oh, that's not the one though. Hang on a minute. Yeah, so if you look closely, that Woodway treadmill is slatted. You can see the gap there between each slat. So that's the Woodway forefront treadmill there. And then you've got the Techno Gym Skill Run. And there's the Techno Gym Skill Run, which is also, as you can see, oh, hang on a minute. You can see there, the Techno Gym is slatted as well. You see that? But then you've also got the Assault. Hang on a minute. Oh, let's get images. We want images. Here we go, images. So that is an Assault treadmill. And again, there you can see the slats in the treadmill. And that's a non-powered treadmill, so that one you power yourself. That's a better picture of it. Assault Fitness. There you go. So that one is non-powered. You power that one by yourself. So we're now going at 8.5 kilometers per hour. Adam says, don't get lost. Well, Adam, in organised events, I can't get lost now because it's locked in. So no matter what changes I make with my auto hotkey program, I will not go wrong. It's only when you're running solo, like in a free run, that I can go off course. So in an event like this, my camera angles shouldn't take me off route anymore. Running seems to be helping. Right, Adam says, trust me, you'll find a way to get lost. Yeah, I know. So I'm going to let's run another kilometre at this speed, shall we? Or do we do another 2? We did 3 kilometres at 8, didn't we? So let's do 3 kilometres at 8.5, and then we can do 3 kilometres at 9. And then we can do, like, the last kilometre we can do at 17 kilometres an hour. How about that? Adrian says, are you all wearing yellow shirts? Yes, I think we are. Anyone who's in this event is wearing a yellow shirt, Adrian. Oh, blimey. We are halfway through, look. An hour. 1 hour of running done. We've got, half an hour of running done. We've got half an hour to go. So in fact, we're not going to get 10 kilometres in, aren't we? Of course, we're just going to get, so we'll do 3 kilometres at 8, 3 at 8.5, and 3 at 9, and see if that's probably going to be it, isn't it? In fact, it's going to be less than that because, yeah, we're not even going to get to 9 kilometres. We're going to get to 8.5 kilometres, aren't we? Tina Beard says ice cream is helping her. So running is helping me. Tina Beard says ice cream is helping her. Jarrett says beer? No. Beer never helps me. So after this, we're going to go to see the fireworks on Worthing seafront. So if you're in Worthing, come and say hello. You should be able to find us. There'll only be a few thousand people on the seafront. It's so easy to get set up with Zwift running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod, like the Zwift pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world. I'm not sure what's going on with Jarrett. He says shirt off, but shorts are still on somehow. That's disturbing, that is, Jarrett. Okay, I think it's time to wander around the group and give some ride-ons. Oh, there's Carl up ahead. Hello, Carl. Glendinning is there as well. Not Alan Glendinning, the other Glendinning. Some people have gone a long way ahead. So our fastest runner at the moment is on 8 kilometres. Seaton. Dale Seaton from the USA. Heart rate of 173. He is really pushing it today in the recovery run. It's not really a recovery run for Seaton. Good for him though. Consta, there's Consta and Wessel. Lindsay. Right, let's go back. Stuart. John Walters gets a ride on. Dodkin, well done. Gonzalez. MR from Germany and Freitas from Spain. Trev Wilson, hello Trev. Lee Walters, hello. Albers, hello to Albers. TH. Oh, there's Adam Koffler, hello Adam. TH. Gets a ride on. Always good to, if you're in a run like this, always good to just go around and drop some ride-ons for people. Makes people feel better. It's very nice to receive a ride-on. I don't take for granted any of the ride-ons that I get from people, and I'm very grateful to everyone who drops ride-ons on me. And it's only fair to go round and drop them back on people as well. John Fries, Clive Finnemore. I think I've done everyone now. Yeah, okay. Farringdon, have I done Farringdon? No. There we go. Okay, I think that's pretty much everybody. Right. What are we going to do? Do 1 more kilometre at this speed, or should we speed up a bit? 1 more kilometre at 8.5. So just coming up to 5 kilometres done. So we'll do 1 more kilometre at 8.5, and then we'll go up to 9. And 9 kilometres will probably take 9 kilometres now will probably take us to the finish, to be honest. John Walters, 5k done. Good to have you with us, John. Take care. Thanks for joining. Oh dear, I can smell burning. I hope that's not my power supply. I can definitely smell burning. Bear with me 1 second. Not entirely sure where that's coming from. Definitely got a burning smell. Right, if the stream cuts out any minute now, you'll know it's because my computer's blown up. Clive Finnemore says it's bonfire night, there's fires everywhere. Do you know what? You're probably right, aren't you? It's probably just fires from outside. Yes, I think you're right. Thank you for bringing me to my senses, Clive. Haha. Oh yes, there is that. At least the smell of burning shoes means you're going fast. Yeah, everybody else has worked this out hours before I did. Bonfires, fireworks, says Adam Koffler. Yes, the smell of burning most likely is not my computer overheating. It is just from outside and the fact that it's bonfire night and everyone is setting off fireworks and burning rubber tyres in their backyard. So we've got 20 minutes left of the ZLDR Recovery Run, recovery hour. Taking it nice and easy because a few of us are not feeling terribly on the money today. If you've just joined, I had my flu jab yesterday. I've never had a flu jab before, but we were in the pharmacy and Victoria said, "Oh look, you can get a free flu jab. Why don't you go for it?" So I did. So last night after the flu jab I felt alright, but this morning I woke up and I was pretty crook, feeling a little bit under the weather, and I've taken some paracetamol this evening, so I'm not falling on the floor tonight. I'm alright. Stephen Smith, good evening to you, buddy. Hope you're well. Absolutely. Anything for free, even a needle in the arm, eh? Even a needle in the arm. Part of the reason I didn't want to bother was because I thought it would take ages. I thought we'd be sitting there filling out forms and having to go through all sorts of questionnaires and waiting while they got it ready. But no, I think he must have just asked me what my name was and what my date of birth was. He had the injection all ready, stuck it in my arm, and I was out in 30 seconds. I hope it was a flu jab and not something else. Adam Cropper said, did you get paid to promote? What, promote the flu jab? Well, no, but that's interesting actually, because he did say, I mean, they must be on some kind of commission or payback at the pharmacy to get their number. I mean, many years ago I used to work for Boots, and I know that we used to get funded for the number of medical consultations we could do in a week. So I'm guessing that the pharmacy are getting funded, and the more they do, the more that funding is, or something, or whatever it is. But the guy said to me as I walked out, if you know anyone who would like a flu jab, send them along. It doesn't matter whether it's paid for or free, send them along. So it's all about numbers for them. But no, he didn't pay me to promote the flu jab. And like I say, I've never had one. I've never bothered before. Okay, Amy is back from taking her daughters to Brownies, but she was trying to join the event again, but can't now. Oh, yeah, Adam was actually joking. What is that, your weekly mileage at the moment, Clive? 60k on Zwift, 100k on Strava. If you're not divorced by the end of your training block, you didn't train hard enough. Clive says she's hanging in there. Right, weekly goal has been met, so I've done 50 kilometers on Zwift this week. Okay, so we're going to step it up now. When we hit 6 kilometers, let's go to 9 kilometers an hour, guys, yeah? Let's step it up to 9 kilometers an hour. I mean, we don't want to go too fast, obviously. We don't want to really we don't want to blow our hair off or anything. Oh yeah, John Fries says to Amy, can you not do run with? Can you do run with Stephen or run with Clive? Tina Beard has had the flu jab the last 3 years after 2 very bad bouts of flu. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you do get flu regularly, if you've had some bad flu experiences, then it's probably worth getting the flu jab. I must admit, the last time I had really bad flu, well, the last time I had flu, I think was 10 years ago. So it's a while. Yeah, not had the flu or a really bad cold for a long time. Clive's already thrown into the hat that he's not going to be doing an Ironman. I would do an Ironman just to say I've done it, I think. Yeah, Amy says, I've not had the flu jab the last few years, even though I should. I think all we can do is what time work and family commitments allow. Nice one, Jarrett. So we did 3 kilometers at 8 kilometers now. We did 3 kilometers at 8.5, and now we're going to try and squeeze in 3 kilometers at 9 before the end of the run. I'm not sure we're going to make it quite, actually. We've got 2.5k to go in 12 minutes. What speed are we doing? 6:40. So no, we're only going to get in 8.5k, which actually that makes sense, doesn't it? From a maths perspective. So we're going to get 2 more kilometers in the time we've got. Adam says, anyone heard if Eddie is running in January? No, he won't be. He won't do the same challenge again. I wouldn't have thought. And I would have heard about it by now, I think, through various people. That never say never, but I'd be very, very surprised if he does the same challenge again. And I think he found it quite tough to do that many marathons on the treadmill. But having said that, they did raise way more money with that challenge than the other challenges he's done, simply because he was on air all the time. He was constantly live streaming, so there was constantly people watching him and donating. Whereas the marathons he does outdoors, of course, people can't be there with him all the time. And the other thing is, I think he always wants to do slightly better than he did before. So he wouldn't want to do the same challenge again. He'd have to step it up and do something different and more of a challenge. Sorry, you're quite correct. Sorry, Victoria. Right, our run leader, Jarrett, is on 9.5k. Me and Clive and John were on 6.9, nearly 7k. So we'll probably get another 1.5 kilometers in before the end of the run. 10 minutes to go. Consta speeding through there, decided to sprint the last 10 minutes. Seaton as well seems to be going for it in the last 10 minutes. Is that something we do in the recovery run? Speed up in the last 10 minutes? Not happening here. Heart rate has been good since I swapped it over to my right wrist again. So it's a bit disappointing. You know, if you've been watching my streams over the past week or so, I've been very impressed with the beta update, firmware update on my watch, which seemed to be giving me a lot better heart rate on my left wrist than usual. But yesterday during my club run outside, and then today right at the beginning of the run, quite severe spike in heart rate, which unfortunately meant I've taken the watch off and put it on my right wrist underneath. If you have any problems with optical heart rate, if you don't think it's working very well and you don't have a chest strap, put it underneath your right wrist. So put it on your right arm and put it underneath your right wrist, and that should hopefully give you much more accurate optical heart rate. If you want really spot on accurate heart rate, get yourself a decent chest strap. Clive Finnemore is out on the coast path tomorrow for his weekly long run. Clara Davies, hello Clara, nice to hear from you. Is your other half doing the Zwift Running League this year, by the way? Just checking. Well, Adam, I don't know is the honest answer. I've tried it on the left wrist and it doesn't seem to work, but it seems to work on the right wrist. I can't answer. I honestly don't know. It's just my experience is that on the left wrist, and it might just be me, on my left wrist, whether it's on the top or underneath, it doesn't seem to work as well as underneath on the right wrist. I just don't know why. Okay, so Stuart Gofford says I can relate. Oh, hey, he's talking to Stephen Smith, sorry. So we're not going to get a full kilometre in here. 7.5 at the moment, so we're going to finish on about 8.3, 8.4. All right, so Clara's other half is not going to be doing the Zwift Running League. If you're interested, by the way, you need to get a team of 3 or 4 together and enter the Zwift Running League. You need to go to a website called WTRL. I think it's .info, is it? Or is it .race? Let me have a look, hang on, bear with me. No, it's not WTRL.race then. Oh, hang on a minute. WTRL.racing. So go to WTRL.racing and then you can enter the Zwift Racing League. But like I say, you can't do it on your own. You need a team of 3 or 4 people. Tina Beard says, my Garmin 235 works better on the right wrist for HR. Okay, so the right wrist, but on the top or on the bottom, or doesn't it matter? think Carol Rushworth is on the course. Hi, Carol. We've got a little group together now. So we've got Clive, John, Farrington, and myself, Farrington and myself. 5 of us all running together. Nice. It's been an absolute pleasure running with you, gents. And Carol, who seems to have joined us at the back there. Hi, Carol. And Carol. Okay, on the bottom. Yeah, all right, interesting. So Tina agrees with me that wrist heart rate is better on the right wrist underneath. No idea why that is. So we've only got 2 minutes left of running. We've done 8 kilometers now. I'm not going to be OCD and get to 9 or anything like that. I'm quite happy to finish the hour and finish the run. That'll do me tonight. As I say, not 100% fit, or well rather. So quite happy to just go and have a shower and call 8 kilometers for the day. That'll do. I think that brings us up to about 65 kilometers for the week so far. So another 10 tomorrow and 10 on Sunday. That'll get us to 85. That'll do for the week. Salim, hello Salim, have you been running? Salim Adrian says hello, and I haven't seen him on the course. Victoria says right wrist underneath as well, okay. Yeah, thanks Jarrett for the lead today. Appreciate it. 1 hour of running, 8.4 kilometers done. By the end of the run, that'll do us for the day. Full House says, do you do your own fireworks? No, we've got I see. Do you do your own fireworks, or have you not got the flair for it? Very funny. Victoria says, is it to do with the direction of blood flow around the body? Well, I don't think so, because your heart pumps blood down your left arm and it comes back up again, and down your right arm and it comes back up again. I don't know. There we are. Okay. 8.4 kilometers done. That is us for the day. Thank you very much, everyone, for taking part. Well done. Thanks, Jarrett, for leading. Carol Rushworth. Let's go give Carol a ride on. Very quickly, because Carol's just joined us and now she's carrying on running. So well done to Carol. Props to Carol for her 50k again last week. 50k on Zwift. Pretty impressive stuff. Yeah, so thanks, Jarrett. Thanks, Clive. Thanks, John Fries and Farrington as well. Well done, guys. And we'll see you all. We'll try and do something tomorrow. Maybe. I mean, I quite often, as you know, I quite often have the day off on Saturday or Sunday. So we'll see. I may go and run outside tomorrow, and then maybe we'll do something on Sunday. But we'll definitely be back on Monday for the ZLDR Monday Community Run. And maybe we'll see you over the weekend. Take care, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We are going to go and watch the fireworks on Worthing Seafront now. Take care. Bye-bye.